Okay, so just in case you've been living under a rock for the past few months, or like in Montreal or something, our Toronto Maple Leafs face off against the Detroit Red Wings at Exhibition Stadium for the Centennial Classic on New Year's Day. Now, it's the second outdoor game between the two teams, but the rivalry between Hogtown and Motown goes way back, all the way back to the dawn of the NHL itself.
Let's go back to the original six era. From 1942 until 1967, it was the same six teams. You played each other 14 times in the course of a season. So the rivalries were rife with all of them. But because of geography, there was a great rivalry with the Detroit Red Wings, 4 hours down the 401, with Gordie Howe and Sid Abel and Ted Lindsay and Terry Sawchuk. And likewise, the Toronto Maple Leafs had great teams as well, rivals against each other. Bill Azanicki taking on Ted Lindsay, and here they are from the same hometown. So it actually has its roots in the 1940s and beyond.
They really grew up in a system, and they'd been playing against these guys since they were 14 years old. You look back in the history and you talk to the Gordie Howes and the Ted Lindsays, they were around our locker room. So they would tell us the stories of these like playoff series and their genuine dislike for their competitors.
Chance on the play, and the Leafs have tied it. 1-1, Dave Keon on a quick break from Dick Duff.
It was intense because Gordie was playing for them then, and Delvecchio and Normie. And they were the dynasty before the Canadians took over, and they were still a very, very good team. And we played them twice in the finals, and that was very intense too.
When I played, they had their defensive specialists on there to check, and like Leo Labine, who was a very tough hockey player, and mean. He was mean.
Game 6, we're in the third period now, and Bond takes a shot off the ankle. And he continues to play into the third period. He's doing all right. All of a sudden, they're at the face-off circle, and he puts some weight on it and collapses. They have to carry him off the ice on a stretcher at that point. He's not able to play. They take him off the ice. The doctors take a look at it. They figure that it might be broken, and he says, well, Doc, can I go back out there and play? You know what? You can't do any more damage than has already been done. Let's freeze it up, put the boot back on. He goes into the overtime period at that. Wouldn't you know, he takes a shot from the point, a fluky shot at that, and scores the game-winning goal that takes it to the 7th game. The Maple Leafs win that game, they win the Stanley Cup. It all focuses back to Bob Bond on his broken bone, who scores that goal that was the pivotal goal that put them into the Stanley Cup deciding game at that point. So Bob Bond, to this day, he doesn't have to pay for a meal or a drink anymore because of that 1964 series.
Those rivalries were real, and you'd get up for every game, but whenever you'd play an original six, you sort of felt like you owed it to the people who came before you to carry on that fierceness. So the games always took on a little bit more meaning.
Connected by the 401, but divided by pretty much everything else, the Leafs and the Red Wings are two of the NHL's most storied franchises. So you can bet they're going to be ready to do battle. I mean, let's just think about the alumni game alone. You got Salming versus Lidström, Gilmore versus Shanahan. Yeah, that's right. R. Shanahan. That's just the warm-up, because the next day, New Year's Day, the Buds get a chance to start the 2017 year off right by being one of our oldest foes at home, outdoors. Bundle up, Leaf Nation. This is going to be one heck of a game.